So I have a really big dream, and I'm not really sure how to get there.
Well, when you have a really big dream, you're putting a whole bunch of resistance in your path because it's so big, it's hard. So when you say to us, I've got this thing I want, but it's a piece of cake, it's just a matter of it unfolding, then it's unfolding more easily.
Right. So I'm in my own way.
Everybody does it. When you know what you want, but you're saying, when's it going to come, and where's it going to be, and who's going to help me, and how's it going to come about? When you hammer yourself with those questions that you don't have answers to, you just keep compounding the resistance. But when you think about what you want and why you want it, then it's an easier go. And so the other thing we want to ask you, do you believe that vibrationally speaking, it's already done and in the vortex? And so why do you need to work so hard at something that's already done?
Right.
And can you see how if you could just distract yourself from the thoughts you think that are hanging it up, that then it could sneak in the back door?
Yeah.
We're not kidding. You got the front door blocked with your belief. So if you'll just think about some other things, it'll sneak in the back door and you go, oh, what a nice surprise that is.
So what you're saying is just to redirect my thoughts on easier things that...
Get off the subject that's got you hung up and focus upon the things that you already feel really good about.
What if I don't really feel good about anything? It sounds bad, but like my purpose or my passion, it's just really one thing.
Well, we think what you mean is, I have this really big thing that kind of occupies my thought, and I won't let anything else be important. But there are a lot of other things that are important. Did you see the day outside? Oh, it matters. It's so important. It's so beautiful, and there's so much potential for satisfaction out there. That air is so sweet. Oh, there's so much about just what's right outside this building that is important and so satisfying that if you would just focus there for a little bit, you'd let your big thing move forward a little. And then there's the delicious food that you're going to eat tonight. Ooh, if you just let yourself savor it and enjoy it, then you see what we're getting at? There are so many things, but most people who come to us, they'll say, this is a good way for you to hear this. One day we were visiting with a woman in the hot seat, and she had some big problem that she wanted to focus on. And we wanted to talk to her about some other things that might shift her energy a little bit. So we brought up something else that she wanted. And she said, oh, I don't need to think about that. That's already done. I've already got that. And we said, well, what about that? Oh, I don't need to think about that. I've already got that. And what she was explaining is that the only things that felt important to her, the only things that she thought that she would give the label desire to, were the things that were not yet fulfilled. And we want you to understand, you've got lots of desires that you're right here in alignment with. The things you want that you're already receiving, focus on those. That's really a powerful thing for you to do. That's what the power of appreciation is. When you find something that's really working that you're already satisfied with, Esther's begun playing the game with herself recently where she just sits in a moment. Now, sometimes she's on an airplane, sometimes she's in the gate at the airport, sometimes she's in a taxi. She's in a lot of different places that are not necessarily like her gardens at home. And she will ask herself, what's satisfying about this? And just by looking for things that are satisfying, even the pattern in the carpet, or the relationship between that lady and her dog, or there's so much that is satisfying right now that as you focus upon it and let yourself be satisfied, then you take away all the barricades in that moment for all the things that are in the vortex that are on their way to manifestation. You see how it works? And what's tripping you up is that you have formerly believed that you have to apply hard work in order to deserve it. You don't yet quite believe that it's done and that you deserve it. You're not ready to let it in because you haven't paid a hard enough price. There are a lot of people that behave that way. They think that I haven't suffered enough, so it's not time yet. I'll suffer way more. And we say, the more you suffer, the more you hold it off. It's like me moving toward what I want and suffering, and it just keeps moving. It just keeps moving. I'm suffering, I'm suffering, I'm suffering, I'm suffering. I must be getting closer. Nope. But when you stop suffering, then you close the gap.
Right. It's good.
Really
It's
good.
true. Thank you.
Yeah. Enough?